I'm live. Okay, welcome everybody tonight to our September town board meeting. Before we get started, I'd ask everybody to stand. We have the pledge of allegiance. Unfortunately for us tonight, we have our town assessor here, Todd Wiley. He's going to lead us in the pledge of allegiance. So, Mr. Wiley?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic which stands one nation under God, so liberty and justice.
Wonderful job, Todd. Wonderful. And I didn't even warn you that it was going to happen. Okay, so before we get started tonight, I'll introduce who's here with us. To my left, we have Councilwoman Eve Lincoln and Councilwoman Sylvia Santiago, Councilman Steve Bedetti and Councilman Steve Moreau. We also have our town clerk with us, Kelly Allegra, our highway superintendent, Anthony Fayos here. We have our receiver of taxes, Susan Scheibel, who's pretty far in the background, but I don't see well, but I think it's you, right? Yes. And then we have our town attorney, Dave Zakon, and a lieutenant from the police department, Matt Monahan. And I am unfortunately George Myers. Too bad. Okay, so let's get started. So the first item on the agenda is a public hearing regarding the 2023 sewer assessment roll. And to make that presentation is our town assessor, Mr. Todd Wiley. Mr. Todd Wiley.
Good evening. Every year, the town board is required to approve the sewer assessment roll. And what the sewer assessment roll is, I have a copy of it here. It's a listing of all the properties in the town that are in the sewer district. In other words, they have municipal sewer services available to them. And this system is based on a point system as opposed to being based on the assessed value or the market value of the property. So before we can levy the tax, the town board has to give the taxpayer, the public, an opportunity to challenge or question points that they're being charged. The average home pays $20 to $30 a year on sewer bond debt. Sewer bond debt is the money paying back that the town borrowed over the last several decades to install sewer service into various neighborhoods. We have 23 sewer districts. They all have various stages of bond debt. The town borrows money to hire contractors to install it. They have to pay it back every year. And in order to do that, they charge the taxpayers in the sewer district an annual charge that's on your property tax bill, the county tax bill. If you look closely at it, there's a line item for your sewer points. It's a point system. Vacant lots pay 7 points. One family house pays 10. Two families pay 20 points, and so on. There's a whole schedule. It's on the website. So this hearing tonight is to give the taxpayers an opportunity to question it or to challenge it. This is their last chance to do so. Tax will be levied on January 2024 county tax bill. Typically, nobody challenges it or questions it, because my office is on top of it. We monitor the building permits, demolition permits, and we adjust the point schedule as needed. So I didn't have anybody in 20 years actually show up and try to appeal their sewer points, but we're required to give them the opportunity. And that's what this is. We're here to answer any questions if anybody has any concerns.
Okay, so we'll hold up a minute, see if anybody comes on live streaming, and then we'll close the public hearing if we don't have any questions, okay? Look like anybody there, Danny? No one's there. So Todd, I just thank you for doing that, and I think all of us who work at Town Hall know how critical you are to this operation, how knowledgeable you are, and we all appreciate the fact that you take your time out and explain this to us all as you're explaining the things to me all the time, so thank you very much, and
Thank you, George.
okay, buddy. Chair will entertain motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, close the public hearing in a matter of proposed sewer assessment roll for 2023. Roll call, motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilman Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, Chair will entertain motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, adopt the sewer assessment roll for the year 2023 and authorize the town clerk to advertise the same as required by law. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilman Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Bedetti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, okay, next item on the agenda is a public hearing regarding the override of the tax levy limit, which is established by the General Municipal Law, Section 3C. This is something we do every year, just in case we go over that tax limit, and we haven't for many years. And I think the tax limit now is between 2 and 3%, depending on the inflation rate. So we'll see if anybody has to comment on that. We're in the process of putting the budget together now, so our town controller, Doreen Casey, has been working hard on that, and town board will have that information sometime in the very near future, and then we'll begin to look at the budget for next year. Any? Nobody? Okay. Chair will entertain a motion, town board, town of Windsor, close the public hearing for the matter of the proposed local law entitled local law to override the tax levy limit established in the general municipal law, section 3C. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Rowe?
Yes.
Councilman Medetti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, town board, town of Windsor, pursuant to section 3C, 5 of the New York State General Municipal Law, adopt a local law attached hereto entitled local law to override the tax levy limit established in the general municipal law, section 3C. This local law would permit the town of New Windsor to adopt a budget that exceeds the tax levy limit prescribed by the New York State General Municipal Law, section 3C, for the fiscal year commencing on January 1st, 2024. The board further directs the town clerk to publish same pursuant to law. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Rowe?
Yes.
Councilman Medetti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Okay, we have one more public hearing. That's a continuation of a public hearing that we had. It's a proposal local to amend section 300, article 3, section 300-8 of the town code, town of Windsor, which is in the table of uses, the bulk requirements for R1 zoning. This has to do with that Blooming Hill Farms project that's going on the western end of town. So we had a public hearing, and we needed to hear from the county, which we did hear from. So we just continue the public hearing, see if anybody has any comments. Any? Okay. So then the chair will entertain a motion, town board, now to close the public hearing regarding that motion. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Rowe?
Yes.
Councilman Medetti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Hearing no objection, town board, town of Windsor hereby receive and file with the town clerk the attached reply dated August 22nd, 2023 from the town of New Windsor Planning Board requesting and provided pursuant to the town of New Windsor Town Code, section 30-88 regarding amendment of chapter 300, article 3, section 300-8 of the town code, town of New Windsor, the zoning table of use and bulk requirements for the R1 zoning district. So I misspoke there. It was the planning board we're waiting to hear from. So we have heard from them. So that's why we had to have that keep the public hearing open. Chair will entertain a motion, town board, town of New Windsor, after public hearing and consideration of all other information presented to it, hereby declare proposed local law entitled local law to amend chapter 300, article 3, section 30-8 of the town code, town of New Windsor, requirements for the R1 zoning district to allow for development related to agriculture, tourism, agriculture in general, which is similar to that permitted for residential and other uses and currently existing in R1 bulk table, will not have a significant impact on the environment, and thus authorize the supervisor to execute the attached part 3 of the FEAF, adopt a negative declaration concerning same, adopt said local law, and direct the town clerk to file the attached local law with the New York State Secretary of State and publish same according to law. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Rowe?
Yes.
Councilman Medetti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Okay, now we'll have another public comment, a public comment period. These are comments allowed on agenda items only. Speakers permitted to speak for up to 3 minutes. This is strictly for comments, no question and answer, or discussion will be allowed on any item, no exceptions. So let's see if anybody has any comments online. Danny, you're doing a wonderful job. Huh? That's why I say you're doing a wonderful job with it. Chair will entertain a motion, town board, town of Windsor hereby approve the minutes of the public hearing for the local law to amend chapter 300, article 3, section 300-8 of the town code, town of Windsor, and the minutes for the August 2023 Town Board meeting, both of which were held on August 2nd, 2023, as per copies posted to the Town Clerk's Bulletin Board in the Town Hall, same distributed to the Town Board members. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, it's a receive and file. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receive and file with the Town Clerk. A letter of resignation submitted by Dennis Jenkins, received August 24th, 2023, providing notification of September 8th, 2023, resignation from his position as a motor equipment operator with the Town of New Windsor. Where are we with posting this? We posted this in-house, Anthony? Right, so we're waiting?
Still.
There's a waiting period? Okay. Well, we wish him luck. He's moving out of state, right? So hopefully he's making a good move for himself. Another receive and file. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, receive and file a deed for a portion of a road commonly known as Morse Hill Road from Morse Hill Holding LLC to Town of New Windsor dated July 31st, 2023, then recorded in the Orange County Clerk's Office on the 28th day of August, 2023, and leave of 15/4/62 at page 1681. This is that solar project out there, just cleaning up some housekeeping on that particular project. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, authorize supervisor to execute the attached agreement between the Town of New Windsor and McGoey Hauser Engineering for design, bidding, grant administration, construction phase services for the Lakeside Drive culvert replacing project. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Thank you, Highway Superintendent, for keeping this in the front burner and moving this along. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, authorize the supervisor to execute the attached agreement between the Town of New Windsor and McGoey Hauser Engineering, DPC, for design, bidding, and construction phase services of Birchwood and Butter Hill Drainage Improvement Project. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, I'd like to thank Councilwoman Santiago for bringing this up and making sure we push this project along down in Butter Hill. Hearing no objections, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, receive and file fully executed New York State Department of Environmental and Conservation consent order modification dated August 14, 2023, DEC case number R32012020-3-7. This has to do with the new sewer plant that we're in the process of doing, and something to do with the manhole cover that's out there that they've been kind of really holding our feet to the fire on. First, they want us to get this new plant up, and then everything we try to do, they kind of slow us down. But we are forging ahead. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, pursuant to the resolution attached here to hereby assume lead agency reference project, determining project will not have a significant impact on the environment, and thus authorize the town supervisor to execute the attached Part 3 of the short environmental assessment form, adopt a negative declaration concerning same, and direct the town attorney to circulate a negative declaration to all involved and intent parties. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, this has to do with these LPRs that we have throughout town, the license plate readers that have helped us solve any numerous crimes. They worked out very well, right, Lieutenant Monahan? Yeah, we have a lot of other local police come to us too, right? Local PDs looking for information that we have? Everyone, yeah. So we're spending the money and everybody's getting it. Okay. Yeah, don't worry, the Windsor will do it. Chair will entertain a motion. What am I doing? Where am I? 8? You want me to do 8?
Yeah.
Or was it 9? Let's do 8, okay. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, pursuant to the resolution attached here to hereby authorize the town supervisor to execute an application and forms required by the County of Orange in order for the Town of Windsor to obtain and the necessary permits for installation of security cameras, license plate readers, and related equipment on utility poles located within the County of Orange right of way, and pole numbers in specific locations being identified in a resolution attached here to. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, this also has to do with the LPRs, and I would be remiss not to acknowledge all the work by Lieutenant Fred Fair from our PD and Patrick Mangan from our IT department. They kind of get these things up, and they're very difficult to do, and they actually physically do it themselves, and I really appreciate their efforts on behalf of the town. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, authorize supervisor to execute the attached agreement between the Town of New Windsor and McGoey Hauser Engineering for design, bidding, grant administration, and construction phase services for Christie Babcock Memorial Improvement Project. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilman Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, this has to do specifically with Councilman Bedetti's been pushing for the basketball and the pickleball out there, and also Councilwoman Eve Lincoln has been very vocal about pushing the splash pads in the gym and other things out at Chrissy Babcock Park, which the town board is looking at, and we've had the engineer making some designs for us, and we'll make some movement on this, but this is the basketball and the pickleball that'll be going in out there. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby direct issuance of a notice of order, a copy of which is attached here too, pursuant to section 113-2A of the Town of New Windsor Code in the matter of unsafe building owned by Karen Odell and Christian Orr located at 111 Cedar Avenue, New Windsor, New York, and further identifies the Town of New Windsor tax map as section 19, block 4, lot 99. Motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilman Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, this is that fire that we had out there, and we're having lots of issues getting it done, and we're kind of reaching our breaking point. The building department has been on this. Councilman Bedetti jumped into the middle of this, and if we can't get them to do it, we're going to do it ourselves. And they will pay for it. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby receiving and file with the town clerk the attached landscaping bond in the amount of $152,287,000 for the Mount Airy Road Solar Project, Planning Board Project 22-3. This is just a bond that they'll be posting. It's another receive and file, hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receive and file with the town clerk the attached decommissioning bond in the amount of $254,330,000.83 in the Mount Airy Road Solar Project, Planning Board, also Project 2203. This would, when they decommission it, that they'll bring it back to the way it was. Another receive and file, hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receive and file with the town clerk the attached amendment dated first day of January 2023 between the county, what am I doing? I missed one? 13? Let me go back. Okay, another receive and file. Good thing you're here. I would be finished probably in 5 minutes. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby receive and file with the town clerk the attached stormwater sewer maintenance bond in the amount of $170,000 for the Mount Airy Road Solar Project, Planning Board 2203. That's also all part of that project. Now we'll do receive and file. 14, hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receive and file with the town clerk the attached agreement dated the first day of January 2023 between the County of Orange by and through the Orange County Youth Bureau and Town of New Windsor for the New York State Youth Development Program funding for 2023 in the amount of $5,000 for the purpose of providing juvenile aid bureau program to at-risk youth ages 5 to 18. That's handled through our police department. Another receive and file, hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receive and file the town clerk the attached agreement dated first day of January 2023 between the County of Orange by and through the Orange County Youth Bureau and the Town of Windsor for the Orange County Solutions Funding for the year of 2020 in the amount of $9,500 for the purpose of providing summer camp program to at-risk youth aged 3 to 15. That program is administered by our Recreation Department under the auspices of Recreation Director Matt Veronese, who also does a wonderful job for the town. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, receive and file with the town clerk a letter of retirement submitted by Frank Volpe dated May 9th, 2023, providing notification of retirement from his position as a police officer, Town of New Windsor, together with an email from New York State Retirement advising effective date of retirement as August 11th, 2023. Frank was here exactly 20 years, was a canine officer a long time, was one of those cops that if you were a cop, we're glad to see Frank pull up if you had an issue going on. So we wish Frank well in his retirement. Another receive and file, hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby receive and file with the town clerk the attached notice of claim in the matter of BT, an infant under the age of 18 years by his mother and natural guardian, Cassandra Thu, and Cassandra Thu individually versus the Town of New Windsor. This is for a juvenile who fell while operating some type of vehicle on a town road. Another receive and file, these are, hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receive and file with the town clerk the attached monthly reports of the following departments. These are all August 2023. Justice Court, Noreen Calderon, Justice Court, George Myers, Police Department, Building Department, Recreation Department, Tax Receiver Utility Report, and the Windsor Medical Emergency Services. Couple of things that I looked at when I looked at this is that I think we had 7 DWI arrests last month, so they're still out there. And the New Windsor Emergency Medical Services, one of their things in their report, their response time is about 6 minutes. So if you call them, they'll be in 6 minutes. And that's why they are the premier ambulance service in the county. And we're very fortunate to have them. And Mike Big is the leader of that pack and appreciate everything he does for the town. Okay, the last item on the agenda, am I right? You let me go?
The manager.
And then, okay, is a public forum. So if anybody has anything they'd like to say, I'll hold up for a minute and Danielle will tell me if anybody's there. Danny, I want you to come every week. Let's see, where am I? Jill, entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, close the town board meeting at 7:20 PM. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilmember Rowe,
Yes.
Councilmember Detti,
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln,
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes. Okay.